evening, the Honorable Regent, Headmaster, teachers, parents, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, let us say thanks to the Almighty God, because under His blessing and guidance, we can gather together in this place and opportunity in good condition. Secondly, thanks for a chance that is given to me to deliver a speech entitled Teacher's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, every year on November 25, we celebrate Teacher's Day. Teachers are people who provide knowledge to students. The knowledge we get from the teachers cannot be counted. They give us so much knowledge. Even if we forget, sometimes we will be reminded again. They also teach us how to be healthy, clean, and tidy human beings. Teachers often referred to as second parents of students at school. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be proud and grateful because we have teachers who are very patient in guiding us. It is not easy to dedicate yourself to continue to make Indonesian children able to compete on the world stage with abilities that are equal to or even more than others in the world. We understand that it's not easy to educate and teach us many things. We understand that it's not easy to arrange us to just calm down and sit neatly. We as students must be understand about this. Reward them by studying hard, work hard, doing assignment, time discipline, and much more. Thank you, my teachers. You are a powerful person. We are hope that you will be given hope and ease in transferring knowledge and good examples to us to realize our passion for learning to set us free in knowledge. That's all my speech. Thank you for attention. Forgive me if there were a mistake. God bless you.
Good evening, the Honorable Regent, Headmaster, and all the audience. Firstly, let us say thanks to the Almighty God, because under His mercy and blessing, we can gather together in this place again in good health. Secondly, thanks for the time and opportunity is given to me. Today, I deliver my speech entitled The Importance of Education. In general, education has three parts, namely formal, non-formal, and informal education. Formal education are elementary, secondary, and higher education. Meanwhile, non-formal education is an education outside of formal education, like courses and training center. And informal education is an education carried out through the family and environment. Ladies and gentlemen, seeking knowledge is our duty as human beings. With knowledge, we can be smarter. By knowledge, we have a skill about everything. And with knowledge, we become know more about how to solve a problem. Knowledge is not only limited to things that are taught in school. There are many other knowledge that we can learn to support our life. For example, cooking, sewing, farming, etc. we can get knowledge from other media, such as books, newspapers, internet, or magazines. Spend our time to read books. Repeat it again when waiting for public transportation or the rest time. Besides from books, we can get knowledge from friends, parents, or other people. From chatting with them, we can take extraordinary listen their knowledge or the story in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all my speech. Thanks for your attention. Please forgive me if there were mistakes. God bless you.
Good evening, the Honorable Regent, Headmaster, teachers, parents, students, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, we should express our debt to Almighty God because of loving and blessing, so can enable us all together here today to do our activities in commemorating of National Language Month this year. Ladies and gentlemen, in 19 years ago, a pledge in the Europe Pledge of 1928 marked the beginning, the birth of an awareness of the importance of a unified instrument are capable to gather all components of the nation in one spirit for independence. We, the sons and daughters of Indonesia, confess that we speak one language is Indonesian. The history of this nation has become a proof as the magic of the art. We made the scream for independence, spread like fire from one area to another. The proclamation then became the culmination of that scream, when our leaders openly declared the birth of a nation that was free from the shackles of colonialism. Survival and fearless fighting spirit are weapons that can crush colonialism. But it's the one language parts that help to enable all fighters in various regions to rally against colonialism. A resistance that was burned because of Bung Tomo's calling example, we burn the spirit and courage of the fighters not to be afraid in front of the enemy. Bimbo won the battle on the battlefield, but the pledge of one language had cleared the way for our nation fathers to transmit the spirit of independence to all Indonesian people at the time. Literature as an art took part in the history of this nation when our poets also declared for resistance to colonialism. The resistance poems were burned by Khairil Anwar is the example of literary contribution in the struggle to grab and defend the independence. Ladies and gentlemen, in Language Month this year, it should be an opportunity for us to look back at screen of language and literature, especially in our age school. Do we have spoken Indonesian properly and correctly every day? Or do we prefer slang or program language that are not suitable in grammatically? Or have we tried to learn about literature, both oral literature in our age regions and other literary works? Or are we just happy with contemporary expression that are being viral on Facebook or other social media? In this era, speaking Indonesian properly and correctly sometimes becomes a whole, but it is difficult for us to do. We are more effective or even prouder when we can use slang instead of speaking Indonesian properly. We know more about artists and opera actors on TV than Anantatur. Few of us know the poem Aku by Khairil Anwar or the novel Di Tepi Kali Bekasi by Pramudia Anantatur. But if we mention names like Amanda Manopo, Iris Bella, or Raffi Ahmad, mostly all of us know more about who they are and the titles of the operas they have played. There is nothing wrong with that. But as a student, we should try to learn more about our literature, and we also learn how to speak Indonesian properly and correctly. Through this language month activity, I would like to invite all my friends learn to know and create literature, because we also learn to love Indonesia as our uniting language. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment of Language Month, once again, I would like to invite my friends to not only be good at memorizing the names of opera actors and their opera titles, but also learn to love literature that live in our each regions, in the form of folklore or legends, as well as the works of our national writers, either through the lesson in school, libraries, or digital media that we have today. Learn to create literature by writing poetry, short stories, or other works. It will help us not only to be able to express ourselves or develop our abilities, but also to love Indonesia more as one language and learn to be able to speak Indonesian properly and correctly. That's my speech. Thank you very much for this precious moment, and apologize if there are words that are not pleasing to the hearts of the audience. Let's speak Indonesian properly and correctly. Let's learn to love and create literature. That's all, and thank you.